Hello student to instructor here, John Mandiola with another screencast. This one about web fonts, how to even get started, where to look, all that kind of thing like that. Again, this is not mandatory for your projects, but it can give you a really good control over the design of the site. Anyway, so I like going to fontsquirrel.com. They're 100% free and free for commercial use, which means that beyond a class project, you can actually use this to make, money for like a gig or a project for a client, design a website for them, what have you. Anyway, so once you go to @fontface kits, and this is, they have hundreds of font face kits. So it's more than just downloading a single font, like when you download it, for making print materials or whatever. This is a web font, so it's different. They have different categories like display, for example. I'm going to go to this font called Furore. So instead of just viewing the font, I want to go to view the @fontface demo, which they've abbreviated to @FF. I view that, and it's just going to show me what it looks like, big, what it looks like small down here. I'm more interested in just using it in headings, so I'm not going to be kind of chunky like this for a whole paragraph, just for a few words. So I've got this, and all I have to do is click the download @fontface kit. Now I'll download it, and it should go pretty quickly because the font files are small and things like that. So I open this up here, and here is a Furore font face kit. So it comes with a demo HTML. Not really interested in that, but I'll notice it has these 4 different font files: EOT, SVG, TTF, and WOFF. Those are the actual font files. You can look at the license to make sure that it's okay to use, especially if you're using this commercially. It's always a good idea. We're not going to do that right now, but it's always a good idea to look at that to make sure that everything is okay, or if you need to contact him first or pay a certain amount, but they should be free. Anyway, so first thing I do is I'm going to take these files and this one. So in other words, the web font files themselves and then the CSS that goes with it. And I'm just going to copy them. I'm going to go into my computer, so I'm on my local computer here. I go to desktop, and I'm going to look for that. Here's our root folder, the Disc All site. In fact, I'll label this yellow from now on. And then in there's a web fonts folder I made, and there's a folder inside of that called Furore. And in there, as I'm going to paste the items. So there they are, they're on my computer. Now they're web fonts. I'm not going to do I guess the TTF I can use in desktop applications, but they're web fonts. Now let's take a look at the CSS, because this is really what's the important thing about web font, okay? About using a web font, I should say. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to open this in Dreamweaver. You can see here it opens up with the stylesheet.css, just a generic name. And it says blah, blah, blah. This is what we need. So they have it here @fontface, and then the font family and stuff like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go to my web page that has, it's linked to it. So I'm going to go to my webfonts.css file. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to paste it. So once I've done that, I don't actually need the CSS document that FontSquirrel provided to me. I can just get rid of that. See, it's like this. So this is the first part of my web font style sheet. Okay, so it says the font family. Here's the name. This is really important. Furore regular. And then it says, different sources. So what happens is, instead of relying on the end user's computer or browser to be able to reproduce the font that you specify, it's actually going to point to a URL. So it's going to point back to the web to look for that font file so it can reproduce it accurately. We do need to do some adjusting. We'll get into that in the next video, so stay tuned.